All right. So looking at Amorim's state in Manchester United now, seeing how he has, he came in, I think November, October,
Yeah, November. Yeah.
thrilled and got these guys to do what he wanted them to do. Then the fans weren't happy about it. Everything crumbled on up until this February ending, and it seems like he has gotten the rhythm. He has gotten his men. He has gotten the players to start working hard. What can you say about how he has, done so far?
Well, in fairness to Amorim, I think he actually predicted correctly what has happened so far. When he came, he said there's going to be a period of storm, and after the storm, we are going to have a clear idea of what we want to do. I think he has predicted everything correctly. When he came, the back-to-back losses, created kind of like a crisis, and the crisis created doubts around his ability to manage the team. But so far, so good. Yes, we're in a very bad situation in the league, but he rightfully predicted it. And again, you can see that stability is coming back. We are beginning to be more stable. The result is beginning to be more consistent. And I think that we can now begin to hope that if the right players come in, maybe we have a chance to go for big titles next season.
All right, there is a decline in your players. Even when Ten Hag was there, your players are not so poor. They were poor, but not so poor when Amorim came in. Yeah. So there is a decline in their contribution and everything they do on the pitch. Do you think is part of the process?
Well, I think it's just the shift that caused the whole decline. You get it? Ten Hag has a style of play, and then so he was signing players that suit that style. Now Amorim came in with a totally different way of playing. Like even Amorim himself stated it. He said the way he trains these boys is different from the way the last two trainers, which was Ole and this guy Ten Hag, trained them. So his own pattern and everything is different. In fact, the type of discipline he wants from them is totally different. He's more conservative. He wants A to be A, B to be B. No room for, doing your own things. It's tricky kind of, but maybe is the right direction. You get it? And another thing again, when they were interviewing Umar Berada, the chief executive, he said something. He said, the reason why they brought Amorim in is because they want a manager that if they go to the market, they'll know what they want to get. You understand? They don't want to go to the market to go and get a good player. They want to go to the market to get a player that they need. There are several good players, and you might bring the player to the club, and then they don't do well. I mean, we have the likes of Mason Mount, Van der Beek. You can list them, Anthony, several of them like that, Sancho. They've come into the club. They were good players before coming in, but when they came in, they didn't do well because they were not, coming to actually sort an issue out. They were just good players coming and then see what we can do. But right now, what Berada is saying is, we want players that will come and fill a needed role. For example, look at Dogu. You get? Dogu is a left wing back. We know him. Now he has come in and then you can see he's showing promises that he can play that role. That's what the recruitment team wants. They want to go to the market with precision. They want to go there, get the right players and then do the right thing. And I think that's what they are getting from Amorim. That's why they are in full support of the manager. That's okay, with this manager, we'll get the right players and then we can move on.
All right, and seeing your team now, it seems like, okay, before they weren't, but right now, currently now, they are now beginning to realize their responsibility on the pitch, knowing how to attack spaces, knowing how to do a lot of things. Things that they don't normally do when it was Ten Hag. Ten Hag is just garbage up, garbage down, go pursue ball if you like, go back or not. But this time around is built with discipline. And 3-4-3 or whatever they call it, you have to play it with a lot of discipline. You have to be disciplined on the pitch to be able to do it.
Exactly.
Now, seeing your players adapting to it, does it give you guys joy as a fan?
Of course. It gives us joy. It gives us joy when you see that, okay, result is starting to show. I mean, what's the whole point? The whole reason why we are supporting Manchester United is to enjoy the game, enjoy good results. We are not here to suffer bad losses. Why do you feel like I'm an Arsenal fan? You get it? We are Manchester United fan because we want to win at all costs. We want to win at every time. Not just win. We want to see the team play exciting football, dominate teams, dominate results, and then go for the big trophies. That's why we are Manchester United. We are the trailblazers. And to see that the players are beginning to adapt to the system and beginning to be more productive in the system is something that you have to applaud the whole, the owners and Amorim. You know why?
Right.
First and foremost, you see that when Amorim was getting it wrong, they stuck by him. You understand? They said, this is the guy we want, and we are not changing. Amorim too, he said, this is the style I want to play, and I'm standing by it. Do you understand? So I think that for that major reason, we have to applaud those two sides. They are the reason why we are beginning to be stable. Because when there was too many noise, when we the fans were shouting and we're saying that, oh no, we don't want this 3-4-3, the tools are not there, the players are not there, the manager said this is what he's going to do, and he did it. Plus, this is not where we should be. Let's put it at the back of our mind. This is a crisis season. You understand? The only hope that we have is that, okay, the manager is beginning to know what he wants to do. The players are beginning to understand what he wants to do, so we can hope for next season. That's all. But if we are judging by this season, we should just say Amorim destroyed this season. Honestly, he destroyed it.
All right. So looking at some players found it very difficult to adapt through his style. Some players like Garnacho, some Rashford, Højlund, most of them struggle. Ziggy,
Every single one of them.
yeah, they struggle to adapt. But if you look at now, it seems like there's fire up there. Coming into this team, first of all, the attack died immediately.
Immediately came the attack. See, it's not about the attack.
And the attack was the first to show the glimpse of dying.
Yeah, exactly. And every single player dropped form. You know, I was complaining that this man has not improved anybody. But I think right now it's beginning to make sense. You get it? It's beginning to make sense. That's what, one thing is this, yes, it's beginning to make sense now. But at the same time, this is not where we should be. You understand? The only reason why we are accepting this now is because it feels like we cannot chase anything again. We are in a bad state in the Premier League. Europa League is the only window that is presenting us a chance of winning anything this season. So we can only say, okay, the reason why we are optimistic is because we are in the Europa League, and then we can say we are just enjoying the league. That's the reason why we are not bashing Amorim anymore, and then we can stick with the results. And at the same time, I think you can look at, if you take a little break away from the way we are attacking it, I think we are now a proper defensive unit. You get? Yeah. I think it's difficult to score Manchester United now. Very difficult. Yes, very, very difficult. In fact, you don't concede chances too much. I think that's the first building block of every good team. You build from the back. Once the back is settled, then the attack and the midfield will fix themselves. So that's all right.
All right. So let's talk about your set piece goals that you conceded throughout this period, this trying period. Yeah. Does it bother you that time that what is this guy doing? Why are we conceding set piece goal every single match, even with Arsenal 2 goals?
Okay. Thank God you mentioned Arsenal, because I was going to say that. Why would it bother me? When I went to Emirates, they couldn't score. They scored me 2 corner. Imagine. So, and in next game against Arsenal, which was last week, they played 9 corners. They didn't even know one. They didn't even touch anyone. So that's a vast improvement from what we were doing the other time. So honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy that phase is over. That phase of struggling and everything. So as a United fan, I think we have a lot to be happy about at the moment. You know why? First and foremost, we are building a new stadium. You get the ghost of Old Trafford haunting this current bunch. We have to move away from it because it feels like the pressure of playing at Old Trafford is too much for these guys. So we want to move away from it. 2, we need a stadium that, shows and reflects the might of Manchester United. So we are going to a modern stadium, the biggest stadium in Europe, 100,000 seater. You understand? In England, rather. And it's going to be the most beautiful. You understand?
When are they finishing it?
They said in 5 years' time. In 5 years' time, you get it. People like Arsenal can come there and snap pictures. You understand? So these are people like Arsenal, Chelsea. They can come there for tourism. It's one of them. They've never seen it in their life. Very beautiful place. So we want good football there. Amorim will go there. New players will go there. Then we can leave this. And they buried Hyena in Old Trafford.
Why are you believing what Puma said? What they say about Puma?
They buried Hyena. Okay, tell me why it's not left back functioning.
Dogo is there.
Dogo collect the card. They buried Hyena in that place. People will know these things. So since we couldn't dig the Hyena out, we are leaving the Hyena again. We are going to a new ground. You understand? So that's why we are happy now. They've buried several judicious things in Old Trafford. We have left it now. We are going to a new place.
All right. Do you think that all these your players, where they don't pursue come on, like the likes of Anthony, the likes of Rashford, the likes of Sancho, because Chelsea obviously don't want to keep Sancho.
Likewise me.
So is it?
Likewise me.
You don't want to keep Sancho again?
Yes. Nobody wants to keep Sancho.
Okay. Do you think they can come back and still be in this squad? This squad is already gelling together. If they come now, I feel like they go disrupt something.
Let me tell you the truth. If as a Manchester United fan, at least I know one thing for sure. If you go on loan at Manchester United, if you're a former first team player and you go on loan, it's over. You're not returning. It's over. If you are currently not playing now and they send you on loan, better still just know the loan is to tell you that you are looking for a short window to send you out so that you can find a permanent move. So if you are not playing at this moment, shaken and you are gone. You're not playing. Next season, a lot of these guys currently playing at the moment. I listed them in the last interview. They won't even be available next season. We are changing the way we sign. You understand? We want to change the recruitment scheme. We want to make sure the players we are bringing are not entirely proven. You understand? Players, look at when Evra came. Look at when Vidic came. These were players I didn't know. One was playing for Resta Belgrade, Vidic, then Monaco, Evra. They were little known players. I mean, Evra 8 million, Vidic around 8 million too. Small boys, small money. So this is the type of player you can build with. I think that's what we want to go back to.
But then it was a big money. 8 million was a big money then.
But compared to Rio Ferdinand, we signed him for 30 million.
Oh yeah.
So it was big. Even at that, big money was still there. We signed Michael Carrick for almost 30-something million too from Tottenham Hotspur. They said with the Metababatov. So 8 million relatively was still small.
Yeah.
You get it? So that's what we want to focus on now. We want to shift this heavy money that is not working. We are trying. Our owner was even making mention of something. He said, within the period of 2013 to this period, we and Manchester City spent the same amount. Even though Manchester City are lying about the accounting, this thing, we spent 1 billion each. You get it?
Yeah.
And look at what Manchester City have been able to achieve. And look at what we have achieved. So you can tell that there's mismanagement, big mismanagement. The former chief executive, former technical director rather, Richard Arnold, was coming from rugby. He didn't even know anything about football. Then this guy too, Ed Woodward, was the chief accountant. He knows nothing about football. Then we went to go and bring David Moyes, a manager who has been coaching Everton all his life, to come and manage serial winners. So we've had,
there's a change in mentality.
Yes.
And a change.
So we didn't put square pegs in square holes. We messed up that area. I think this is what the new Ineos team is trying to fix the recruitment, fix the managerial position, then build a new stadium, and then we are ready to move to the right direction.
All right, I see that Amorim is trying to set up or assemble youngsters. Look at Euro, look at a lot of youngsters there, and Ahmad too, being in the squad.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Manchester United new face will be that 2021, 19, 18?
Even as it stands now, I think the average age is 25 on the average. That's what we have at the moment. So now, if we vet the team and we separate the useless ones from the useful ones, the age is going to further drop. So expect a very young and exciting United next season.
All right,
that's what you should expect. A young and exciting side. Not people like Dalot. People like Dalot might be young but no brain. So we are bringing players who can attack space, defend properly, win good games. Trust me, next season, like I said, I'm not just saying it. I'm not blabbing. We are winning the league unbeaten. Next season, and we're unbeaten.
You get that?
Unbeaten. Okay. But the last time Leicester won the league, they ended 14. So the script is writing itself. You understand? History will repeat itself. I am going to win the league again. I will win the league, wear it on my neck and show it to Arsenal.
What is it with you and Arsenal?
Because they have changed it 3 times. When it's not as if they are in the wilderness. How can you be chasing title 3 years? Even the Israelites came out after 40 years. When will they come out? When will Arsenal come out?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Yeah.